India is now positioned as one of the fastest growing economies in the world, being a democracy with its huge population base that John was referring to. It is a very, very significant market in itself. And we've seen the complete turn of events in terms of Indian companies discovering the US, and now with the US market growth flattening, turning negative, the US companies are saying, look, where can we grow? And they're discovering India. And we are seeing the same thing in terms of capital flows. There had been a tremendous amount of capital flow from the US into India in the form of private equity, multinationals investing in India and so on. And now we are seeing the other phenomenon taking place, which is Indian companies that are maturing, sitting with absolutely fabulous balance sheets, global ambitions, saying, okay, how do we grow? How do we look at new markets? How do we create a larger footprint in the United States, Europe? So they're coming out and making acquisitions. So we've seen a complete turning of tables in a sense as far as India and the US are concerned.
In the current environment, I know that there's a lot of talk about outsourcing, and you hear about companies that are sort of moving jobs back to the United States or closer to the United States. Mexico, Canada, Delta, which is which calls Atlanta its home, is one prime example. But in spite of all of the discussions going on, more and more work still gets sent out. You'll see that from the fact that most publicly listed software service companies, and that's what outsourcing companies call themselves, have come out with good results. They continue to grow even in spite of such challenging times. And more mid-sized companies, it's not the large companies anymore, more and more mid-sized companies have started outsourcing and sending work offshore. And the work that's being sent offshore is not just IT application development and maintenance. You have all kinds of work being sent: finance and accounting, legal, research, hedge funds are sending research out, venture funds and private equity funds are sending accounting work out, portfolio management, payroll. You can think of any number of processes that are being sent out, and we, being in that business, keep hearing from companies that actually come to us and say, let's talk about what processes we can send out, rather than saying, here's a process that we want to send out.
India has always had a great history. It's always had a large population. It's always had many smart people. But the thing that has changed in the last 10 years is that now it has a great market. So as a businessman in the United States, I'm interested in India because it is an opportunity for me. The US market in this downturn is not growing. We've got a negative growth rate. Even though the same downturn has affected businesses in India, the growth rate is still expected to be between 5 to 7% in the coming years. So it still is a great market to do business in, and one of the reasons I think we are all here interested in this subject is that if we in Atlanta have an opportunity to explore this marketplace and see what we can do. I'm involved with a lot of different companies in Atlanta. One of them is Illumitron. Dan, who is the CEO, is here. It's a small company in the LED and energy space, and one of the things they are doing is looking at the Indian market, not from a perspective of manufacturing and outsourcing, but looking at the market itself and being able to sell there while the market in the US remains a little weak in the coming years. So I think we will be talking more about this subject, but to me, India is a great market, an opportunity for all of us.